Hi, and welcome back to AshoreSchool.com's lessons. Today we're going to be talking about NAVRules and the hierarchy. The obvious question is, why have NAVRules? It's simple: to prevent collisions. The first thing we need to look at is responsibility. Who is responsible to comply with NAVRules? It's simple: the person in command and the crew. Both must take precautions to be able to make sure there's a safe operation of the vessel. This lesson has 3 new terms to learn: vessel, give-way vessel, and stand-on vessel. Under NAVRules, vessel means every description of watercraft that is used for means of transportation on the water. This description includes every watercraft from kayak to aircraft carrier. The give-way vessel is the vessel that must keep clear. It must take early and substantial action to maneuver around the stand-on vessel. The stand-on vessel has the right of way. It must maintain the same course and speed. But NAVRules do not give the stand-on vessel a free pass. The stand-on vessel may need to take action to avoid collision when it becomes apparent that it's necessary to do so. In other words, don't just sit there and let your boat get hit. Do something. According to the Coast Guard, even the stand-on vessel may share responsibility for an accident. You may be partially at fault no matter what the other skipper does, and if you're under the influence, you will be partially responsible regardless of the cause. Now let's move to Part 2, understanding vessel types, and learn a trick to help remember their pecking order. On the bottom of the pecking order are seaplanes and hovercraft. Next are power-driven vessels, then sailboats, then come commercial fishing vessels, vessels that are restricted or constrained, and vessels not under command. So all this means is there's a pecking order for vessels. The lower of the group yields to all those above it. So when the question comes up, are you the give-way vessel or the stand-on vessel, it's just like the cards. Any position above you will be the stand-on vessel and trump you. So let's take a better look at these vessels. On the bottom of the pecking order are seaplanes and hovercraft. It's important to remember that even your sailboat is considered a power-driven vessel if it's propelled by machinery. If your motor's on and you're in gear, you're a power vessel. Your sailboat is a stand-on vessel for most power-driven vessels, but still has to give way to a number of special vessels. Restricted mobility is what makes this type of fishing boat unique. Keep in mind, sport boats and bass boats do not meet this criteria. A vessel restricted by the ability to maneuver or constrained by our draft is the next vessel we need to look at. Let's look at some examples of vessels that are restricted by their ability to maneuver. Under international rules, a number of vessels are constrained by their draft and have to stay within a channel. A vessel not under command is the last of our standard set of vessels. A good example of one of these vessels is a ship that's run aground. There is a wildcard rule that applies, and that's that any vessel that's being overtaken becomes the stand-on vessel. So that means if that trawler is passing your sailboat, you become the stand-on vessel. So that does it. Are you ready to take the NAVRule hierarchy challenge? Click the Begin Review button on the flashcards below and begin the challenge. We hope you've enjoyed this session and look forward to having you join us for more lessons in the future.